Alright, this is a daily chart of BBRY. BBRY is a stock that I've been covering for a very long time. But before I talk about BBRY, I want you to take a look at my, you can pause the video, you can take a look at my my profile page to see what I'm about. And basically, last time that I was interested in BlackBerry was after its earnings. Now, the other earnings, they had other earnings on this day here, and this was the last earnings. So I can tell you the dates, even this day here, which was July the 14th, was the earnings for BlackBerry. July the 19th. And then, of course, the last update was September 26th. Now, as you can see, from this earnings to this earnings, the stock is barely up. So, like I've been explaining, the stock has been chopping through one of my visionary lines. This was support, and then we chopped through again. Now, I've explained many times the importance of volume, and I'm not a cheerleader. The only time I would be interested in BlackBerry at this point in time is if the volume comes in and we start trading above 960, and of course we break above 1025 on strong and heavy volume. Would this stock have a chance to go a lot higher? But the facts are here. Now, a lot of my stocks that I do cover are option trades, very expensive stocks. So I'm very good at identifying what stocks can move and when they cannot move. The last update I had when I was bullish and making money in BlackBerry was back here, and I exited this day here. And of course, I've made some new adjustments to my visionary lines. They are even better than ever before. I can tell you from what I'm looking here, the stock is very bearish. The only way for this stock to become bullish is for it to show some power and get above the 960, and then of course break above 1025. Would I be able to change my stance? I'm not a cheerleader, and I'm just going to talk about the facts. Now, I'm going to just demonstrate this with BlackBerry. Now, I do strong analysis, and I do this only with BlackBerry and Apple, but I do a lot of stock charts like the Twitter trade, like a lot of different trades that we go in, we make 100%, and we get out. 100% gains in options, yeah. When the market conditions are correct, and so on and so forth, right? Right now, these small cap stocks are out of favor, and I've explained this. IWM. You see, this index here is important for the small cap stocks, and it's in the toilet, as you can see. So that's what's really hard for BlackBerry to go higher. You have a very weak index. Not to mention, SPY is weak. Although doesn't mean anything, but it's very weak. But BlackBerry is joining the market in its weakness, despite any positive that you see. Now, not all stocks are doing this, by the way. You know, I've explained many times AAPL. This stock is very strong, and if you look at my charts the way I've set it up here, you can see the difference. You can look at just this moving average that I look at is showing the power of the stock. Can you imagine the market's in the toilet, and this stock is strong? So I'm very good at identifying what's really strong out there versus what's not. So trust me when I tell you, BBRY, it's in a lot of trouble right now, and it really favors lower prices. I'm not looking to go short the stock. That's not what I'm about. What I am about is I've been warning longs about BlackBerry for the past years, or when was a good time to go long, and when it's failing. And you know something, until the market decides this stock is ready to go higher, my visionary lines, I can tell you when it comes to this stock, they're very good at catching the real moves the real moves. I'm not talking about these little day trade moves, Like this was all garbage. This was all garbage. The volume was sucky, and it's fake moves. And then look at this down drop. I mean, I'm not in. I was into this. See, this was good, but then there were some warning signs. And of course, the volume drying up. This stock needs volume. I know the stock like the back of my hand, and I've been right and correct. And I talk about facts. I don't just shout out stuff. I tell the facts. I've made many updates, and many people who follow me know how correct I am in BlackBerry. So trust me when I tell you, is this a good time to BlackBerry? No. Until BlackBerry proves itself, you're just guessing. I don't do that. What I do is I wait for stocks to set up and they're ready to move, and then we pounce like I did over on this day here. And I just made money. It went nothing against me. Even when stocks are perfectly set up, sometimes you still won't make money. But what I've found through study is when the odds are in your favor, that's when you want to get in. Don't fall in love with companies. It doesn't matter what stock it is, Apple, or whatever it is. I talk about the facts. I've explained about BlackBerry. I've explained that BlackBerry is the weakest of the market right now. And you can just take a look. I'm just showing you right now. MSFT. Actually, this took a little bit of a hit today, but it's still stronger. See, it's still above this line. But Apple is simply the leader, right? So follow me for more great advice. I've been correct. And let me put it to you this way. If Apple was to crack below this particular line on heavy volume, I'll tell you one thing. BBRY would go crashing to the bottom of the sea. Trust me on this. That's probably unlikely to happen. But what I'm trying to get at is, well, people don't understand. Even if you're a BBRY long, Apple going up is actually good for BlackBerry, because they make a boatload of money and BlackBerry doesn't. I mean, you have to understand that on the fundamental part. I'm more on the technical analysis, but just on the basic fundamentals, the stock still doesn't make much money. Compared to Apple, they make pennies. Trust me. If you like my advice, or if you like my charts, I advise you to follow me for more great advice. You'll learn to not lose money in the market. Because I've told people about a stock called Unipixel, and I did this. And you know something? I told people wait for confirmation, and way back over here, it couldn't confirm. There was no volume. Look where it is today. I even warned that if it would crack 660, look where it is, 496. It's in the toilet. And you want to know something about Unipixel? I discovered Unipixel back in 2013. And when I discovered it, it jumped to the moon. That's what I'm about. This is, of course, it's a long time. It would be hard to find on my profile page. I don't know if I put an update on this, but I can tell you one thing, that I identified Unipixel back in the glory days. The glory days of the rally, this huge, powerful rally that it made. And BlackBerry at the time was still in the toilets, BBRY. Let's go to 2013 BBRY. BlackBerry wasn't really going much. Unipixel took off and doubled while BlackBerry collapsed. What I can tell you with my visionary lines is this stock's very bearish now, because it could not hold up above certain support. Don't be the donkey, buy lower, hope and that this goes higher. That's just guessing. People thought it was a bottom. I can tell you this. They thought it was a bottom here back when it was 14 people. I warned about don't buy unless it breaks 1550, and it couldn't. And then we had this earning disaster smash down. So trust me when I tell you, if you have been losing money in BlackBerry, follow me for more great advice. I will promise you one thing. If the stock can make money, we will be able to get in here and make money. But right now, the odds do not favor the stock to go higher unless we can reclaim these levels that I talk. And it's very important. And even so, if we try to reclaim these levels and there's not enough volume, the same fate will be for BlackBerry. It won't go anywhere. It might just trade in this $11 to $9 area for years until they finally make money. where you could be making 100% gains in options following me for more great advice. Thanks for listening. Like the video.